All right, guys, today's video, it's like an island update, but I'm cleaning the island out. So I'm going to implement a few updates in here and talk about progress and show a little bit of cleaning. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you'll get an idea of what I'm doing. Right now, the island has smashed all tonnage records that I've had up here. This is my third, or technically my second straight year of planting up here. My first year, I tried to plant. It was so horrible that it was literally a failure. Year two was mostly a failure. And then this year, you know, we're already progressing extremely nicely. So trace minerals are getting involved. You've seen where I've talked about adding worms in here. I haven't found a single worm in here since I've had this area opened up. Not one time. You think I would at least found a few, but not one time have I not found a worm in here. It's that bad. So that's about to change. Now, here you can see progress. I've actually got so much activity right here now that I've had trampling and small buck fights break out. But that camera was not pointed over here when it occurred, unfortunately. So I've kind of shifted position, and you can see where a buck fight has broken out right here. Now, they wasn't big deer, because I caught literally the tail end of them heading this direction where they were chasing each other off, and they was not big deer. But a fight did break out here, and you can see where they've basically flattened it out, done damage. But the important thing here is the deer browse is picking up. The tonnage was able to handle the leaf drop for the most part. That's why I'm here. You probably can hear it running over there warming up. And I'm about to clean this off so the tonnage has more room to expand. Out here, I'm not really that concerned. There's like just a handful of pockets I need to clean out. This is the first year I'm not cleaning the whole island out. So I'm saving money and time because this is so healthy looking now that it's actually surviving the leaf litter. So I'm gaining extra rot with the leaves, and now I'm gaining much more rotting and decomposing material in the future when it's this time, when this crop right here is ready to be recycled. The deer have literally scalped off 2/3 of this plot's original height in the past 7 to 10 days now, which is a sign to me, this is what I picked up on here being here long enough, that the oak mass is dwindling down, and now they're coming over here to compensate for what is missing, and it is definitely ready to handle that. But I want to make sure I provide even more tonnage by simply cleaning this plot off and providing more space for greenery to grow. Because you're over here, you get a lot of leaf litter. But there's all kinds of clover that's just waiting. Needs more sunlight. It needs to be uncovered to help it grow a little better. Now, at the same time, I'm trapping heat in here with this leaf litter, which has definitely helped nurse these plants along, especially during some of our really cold snaps. And I'm about to remove that cover, but these plants look strong enough to me to support themselves on their own. And you can see a little bit of residual trace mineral here. That's trace mineral right there. So we'll get that out here where it's needed. More anyway, and that will help feed these plants, make them bigger and stronger, and they can handle cold a lot better. So I've kind of just cleaned this off a little bit over here, but now it's time to really fix this corner up, clean it off, and let this tonnage turn itself loose. So I'll just demonstrate a little bit of that. Now look what I've uncovered here. This leaf litter wasn't going to allow these deer to find these nuts unless they wanted to really dig for them. So I'm making it a lot easier for the deer to find them, to clean them up, at least whatever tastes good at this point in time. And the attraction level will go up again. So just keep on going here. And I'll probably just cut it off here, and then I'll attach the part 2 to this. But now we're exposing some new greenery that was not visible here. A lot of that is young clover. There are some weeds in here, but that's also part of the process of getting better soil. Now that weeds are starting to pop up in here, I think the nutrient level is getting better. All right, guys, so hang on for part 2. All right, guys, I am almost done cleaning leaves out. You can see I'm not too concerned about getting every leaf out of here. You know, there's about 90% or so of them's gone here. That's perfectly fine. You know, over here, same way. This is really exposing a lot of gaps and weak areas. Totally changed the look of the food plot. And that back corner is the area I still got left to work on right there. But I've removed quite a bit of leaf litter in here. This area here, I'm not really concerned about it right now. I may clean a little more of that out, but my main focus is the back corner. Now there's several things that I can do now. One is start picking rocks that I can plainly see now with all this leaf litter out of the way. And believe me, it's not going to be too hard to find some rock clusters here. Obviously, you need bigger rocks than that, but anytime they cluster up, I'd rather just go ahead and get rid of them. You don't have to. That's just a little extra mile that I go for this place. But there's plenty of rocks in here. See, like these are good ones to get out of here. More, you know, less damage to your tiller, or in some of your all's cases, those that no-till, rocks will damage them over time too. So the fewer of those that are on top of the soil, the better. But I've also uncovered a ton of acorns that were completely hidden from deer. Let me go back over here real quick and I'll show you a couple spots. So we're back at this oak tree right here. And these guys were just completely hidden under leaf litter. They're everywhere in here. There's just a vast carpet of oak nuts. Same thing over here. A lot of oak nuts that were hidden from deer because of leaf litter and some of the fall blends. So hopefully a lot of these right here won't go to waste, and the deer will be in here sometime tonight or this evening taking care of business. They've been here a lot. So a lot greener, a lot more leaves out of the way. Now, I would highly recommend, if you have poor soil, right now is the time to add additional nutrients or fertilizer. And once this soil gets built up, that process can be weaned out and done with. But when you're dealing with poor ground, this is the perfect time to add nutrition to the soil, because your does are either completely bred out now or on the verge of being that way, depending on what part of the country you live in. Peak rut is definitely over here, and we're on our way down. So I'm more focused on nutrition at this point than I am hunting. And that is the big benefit that I've seen in my deer, is when I start focusing on nutrition, as soon as possible, I get better results out of the deer that hang around here. Not deer that stay over there and never come over here, but maybe 3 or 4 weeks out of the year. I can't help those deer, but I can help whatever stays here on a constant basis. So again, good time to look at ways to improve. You can also throw additional seed. Frost seeding like clover or chicory would be a good combo, and even cereal rye if you have to. And you can fill in whatever places are not doing as well as you thought, and try to give it one more boost before the growing season really gets in here. So island has looked the best it's ever done by far. Now that the leaf litter's out of the way, a lot of these clover plants I think will thicken up. You know, it's these gaps. It's all these brown exposing gaps. That's missing tonnage that should be in the island that's not. And I want a nice steady carpet of tonnage in here. So now that these leaves are mostly out of the way, a lot of these plants are now free to sprout new shoots. Especially like your wheat, rye, you know, plants like these can now thicken up their bases because it's not shaded out by leaf litter, and these sprouts should be free to grow. And by the time March rolls around, this place will look very different. Even February, it may look different unless the deer absolutely destroy this place. So that's a little maintenance for the island for now. I will be ordering more trace minerals and adding it out here now that the leaves are mainly gone. I didn't really do much out here in the middle, didn't really have to. I'm just going to let those leaves stay put. It's not really harming anything to me. And I'm just going to focus on these outer bands of the island and work on whipping that into shape. So I hope you like this video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and you all have a great day.